Hello and welcome to the old farm countryside for our final time. Yes, this is the final episode of the series, and as you can see, we do have two fields of crop ready for harvest, so we're going to be doing that today. We're going to get both of those cut. What we lack at the moment, though, is a combine harvester. Now, we've got 6,705 because we moved on a day and it's cost us some money. I'm going to need another 5,000 and I'll show you why in a moment. First, harvesters. Now, the harvester I'm going to use, all of these harvesters are too expensive and we can't do them. We're looking at these, but even more special, I'm looking at this. This is the Fendt version of the rotary combine. We've been using Fendt and Deutz on here mostly, so I think it's only right that we should use this combine. I really quite like this. This is quite nice. So we've got various options on its setup. I'm just going to go with the standard setup. I am going to put GPS on it because GPS will just help us a lot. The leasing cost is 10,200 though. So, wow, that is actually more expensive than the leasing cost on our other ones. So the Massey here is only 6,000 for the same combine. But I do want to go with the Fendt. So we're going to have to borrow some extra cash in order to get that home. At this point, I'm not too worried, this being the final episode. Header for it is... Where are we going? Up at the end here. There it is. Dynaflex. It is a huge header on this thing, though. So that's good news. That will help us get things done fairly quickly. So we're going to immediately lease that. Like so. The other thing we need to lease and that we need to get hold of at the moment, of course, is a header trailer for this. That is quite a big trailer. I don't know if we've got a... I don't think we've got anything that fits it overly, so we will just take the standard Lagoon Quattro, see if we can get it in a Fendt Old Green, Fendt Classic, there we go. So we will lease that as well to keep our costs down. And finally, for this bit, what we need to lease, we need to lease a trailer as well. And for this, I'm going to go for one of these, one of the Metal Techs. This one I think will be quite good. It's not quite... 21,000 will be a size that we can work with. So, yeah, we're going to go with that, and I think that's great. So, yeah, wheel brands are either Michelin or Trelleborg. We'll put the Michelins on this. And that will then be 1,000, 1,173 to lease that. And that leaves us with 2,000. So we are going to need to get hold of some more money to do the combine itself. So, let's get that as well. So bring that up, and hopefully we can borrow another 10,000, which we can. We have a huge loan on this map, but that is enough for us to get this combine. So let's loan that. We are going to put GPS on it and lease it. There we go. Right, so that is this all done. Where is our combine? Our combine is over here. So I'm hoping this, this has got a fairly long reach on it. Nice looking combine, this. Should drive fairly well because I think it's just a recolor of the others. And this header should fit on this header trailer. And this then should be able to tow that header trailer back. I'm hoping, because I would like to get the trailer back with the tractor. So we're going to move the tractor out of the way as well. So start this up. This nice big header on this. This should make a very short work of our field and shouldn't cost us very much to have all this set up. which is good, which is exactly what we want when doing this much stuff in one go. We'll also fill this combine up fairly quickly. It takes 12,000, so we've got 21,000 litre capacity on our in our trailer, and we have a 12,000 litre capacity in our combine. I'm expecting the combine to fill fairly quickly. Let's detach the PTO. There we go. And attach the combine. And we are going to head off to our field as soon as we're attached up. Now, will this fit? Yes, it will. Perfect. Make that up. We're not going to catch that. So pull this away. Now I'm going to get the tractor on follow me at a good distance. Yep, 35. I'm going to increase that to 40. Right, and we are going to head off and back to our farmyard. Here we are up at field 33. And we're just going to bring this in and over onto the other side of the road here. I'm going to stop my tractor. Don't want that coming any further. So that should be, yeah, that should be good where it is. We will disconnect our trailer. And hopefully we've left ourselves enough space to get our header on. Because we've not pulled over very far. Yeah, we're fine. So yeah, fairly big header on this. Good capacity on our combine. Let's lift that header up. Yeah, there we go. Connect up. Ah, sometimes it does this. There we go. Might have some cables, no cables. Unfold our combine. There we go. Lost a little bit of crop to that turnaround, but that's all good. Right, and on it goes, down it goes, and into the soybean. No, to the oats. I forgot completely that this is oats. So I'm putting, because this is the last episode, I'm not going to do the straw swath. Now, can I get it to chop? Let's get it to chop. Yeah, there we go. We don't need straw swath on here. We do have a pretty full shed full of straw. So I'm pretty happy with this. Not putting straw down. Oats should be worth a fair amount. The only trouble, of course, is that only the outer parts of this field are actually fertilized. So we're in a position where we're not going to get a massive yield off here. We'll see. I'm expecting like maybe a tank in a bit. We'll see how it goes. But it is chomping through this field quite nicely, and for a you know, £10,000 or €10,000 to rent this, not bad at all. It will keep us going quite nicely for a little while. Coming to the end of the first headland, and we are at 61%. So yeah, getting a nice amount off of here. As I expected off the headlands are going to be in much better position. What I think we might do is take a second headland. It is quite a large header, this, but I think a second headland will be good for us to give us enough turnaround space. It will also top us off by the time we get about halfway round it, I think. Having hit about 66-ish% on our first one. So, yeah, we'll get about halfway round the headland again before we get another. Although we are now getting into the less well looked after crop. So, yeah, my thought of a tank and a bit, a tank and a half off here, I think is going to be pretty accurate. We do have a lot of field left, but we do have a massive drop in yield for most of the rest of the field. So that doesn't surprise me. And you can see actually it's not going up as fast as it was the amount. But we should, yeah, we'll see how we do. I don't know where the best price for soybeans are at the moment. What we'll do is we'll get to the end of the field here. And we will we'll go and check what the best soybean price is. As a result, let's go have a look at this. So best soybean price is at the East North Port for 1,730. So that's where we're going to be taking the soybeans today, so that we can see how much we get off this harvest. I think on this series we are nowhere near the ability to make our money back. Although, having said that, you can only borrow up to 80% of the value of your land, with a minimum of 500,000. So the fact that we can go over 500,000 means we own land to a value well over that. You know, at least 80% of what we're borrowing. So that's good news. We can at least pay back the entire loan with the land we own. But beyond that, we do not have a lot of equipment, or the value of our buildings isn't enough, and things like that. I think on this series we'd end up finding out that we actually owe. Well, we don't owe. We just don't have a return on our investment. We don't have our original investment back. But that's why I like borrowing money only to invest in land. Because you're then never really, you're always able to pay that loan off if you sell up. Right, I have also realised that this is oats, of course, and not soybeans. So we need to go and check the oats prices. So let's do that while this is emptying. So escape, and the oat price, which is this, is 1,200 at the Northern Cooperative, which is a lot easier for us actually. Northern Cooperative is here. I don't think there's another one. Oh no, Northern Cooperative is up there. Okay, that's fine. That's all good. And we're done. Let's, so this is 57% full. We'll get another headland off this at the very least. So that in, and away we go again. Right, and I'm going to get this headland finished and get cut in. Right, headland is done. Let's cut in now. Now we do have GPS on this. This is the point at which I want to start using it, I think. So what we want to do is set our start point. Oh, there we go. Point A is set. Put ourselves on a 90-degree course. And away we go. And then this should allow us to do the rest of the field fairly easily, without too many worries. I think we've gone far enough. Yes, we have. That. Auto width, because we've got a 40-foot header on, and we're all good. So there we are. This is now going to be an awful lot easier to cut. Now we're on the last cut on the outside here. And we're at least a third of the way through this part of the field. We might actually get another full tank off this. The field does begin to thin at this point. But we're 53% and yeah, I'm thinking we're going to get slightly more off this than I'd expected. So that's good news. That actually is really good news. I'd expected our yield to be much, much lower than it actually is. We're going to cut in again. But it's not at all that bad. And if we're looking at getting at least 20,000, we're looking at getting at least 30,000 off here. We'd be easily paid for having this combine for the time that we've got it. That makes me quite happy actually. Now that isn't quite where I want this to be. So lift that. We'll turn off the GPS. I actually want to be one further out than that. Get a good large cut in. So it should be about here, according to where that was. Let's see if we can line this up. Yeah, there we go. And in we go. It's about halfway down, so that's good. So that gives us about 5 cuts. It's going to cover most of the rest of the field. I want to get this up to about 10,000 when we unload. That's simply because the trailer won't hold much more than that. So yeah, there is that. And yeah, hopefully we'll be all good out of this. So we're over 10,000 full now. So let's put out our auger. And we need to head over here. Now we should have enough on this side to leave the combine running at this. So we're going to take this round, get this emptied, fill this up, and then get the combine, continue the combine going on this job, because we want it to keep going on this job, to be honest. We have a limited amount of time. So we'll tip that, and that will be good. There we go, that is emptied. So let's set this on a hired worker at this point, if we can. Oh, we'll disengage the GPS. Set this on a hired worker, and away it goes. And we're going to go and take this, which is full, and get it tipped. And see how much we can make off this. I'm really pleased. We've got at least a full trailer. We're going to have 2 full tanks off here. This is absolutely perfect. It's a really good way to round off this. And it could have been better. Had we actually got this field fully fertilized, it could have been so much better. Here we are at the Northern Cooperative. Now, entrance to this, I think actually is back the way I just came. So we'll turn around and head back. I think it's off the main road along the side there, not up here. So around the side. There we go. And then into here. And tip it. So how much are we going to make off this trailer load? We have 26,000 off one trailer. That's very good. So let's head back down to the field. We will see how our combine's doing. I think we'll have the oats finished in a moment. And then it'll be on to the canola. Back at our field, and just in time to see our combine finishing up. Yep, there we go. That is reaching the end of the field there. So this is all of the oats harvested at this point. There we go. Now, of course, where this leaves us is we're going to have oats in the trailer, but we're going to want to get started on the canola. So I'm going to go and tip this quickly before we get started on the next field. I think it's a wise thing for us to go and do. There we go. I think we had basically had a second tank's worth. I think we ended up with at least another 2,000 litres. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, 5,170 litres. So, yeah, that is a good amount. We're going to get this ready to start up this top corner. So, we'll put this here. And we'll just go and tip these last oats. Looks like we had a bit of a jump in the middle of the field. But we just want to go and get rid of these. Get these oats sold. And then we'll be right back once we see how much this gives us. I think this is going to be fairly quick because it's not a very full trailer now. Okay, tip this. And there we go. 6,424 on top again. So that's great. Let's head back down to the field and get started in our combine. And we're getting started already. We've hit a small snag in that it's a little bit bumpy, this top end of the field. So we had a little bit of a missed section of canola, but we're good otherwise. Yeah, that's because we extended up here and didn't flatten it before we went and ploughed it. Yeah, we're over that now. I am expecting the yield on this field to be much better. This got fully fertilized, fully weeded. It should be really good. We are almost at 10% already. So yeah, this should be a field of good yield. So yeah, hopefully we'll do well off this. To be at 34,000 was not where I was expecting to be at this point. If we could get over 50,000, that would be utterly fantastic. It's not quite enough, and this is why I'm not continuing this series now, why we're entering here, because we are in a position where we'd need at least another pair of harvests off these two fields to get anywhere near buying the cattle shed. So we're set up in everything bar having the shed itself. But we are well on the way. You know, we are now making money on here, and that is a pretty big thing, to be honest. We're at 76% and coming up to the end of our first headland. Really pleased with that. That's a great yield straight off this. We're immediately able to fill our empty our tractor. I think we might get the tractor following us on Follow Me for this next bit, just so that we can empty. It should then end up with sort of a half full tractor. Did we miss a... Oh, we did. We missed a strip. Because it went a bit... Yeah, there's a bit of a bump there. Let's see if we can't get this to... Oh, not quite. Yeah, you can see it's a bit sharp at that point. I might have to come at it from the other direction to get that. Because it's, yeah, that's not playing ball at all. That's alright. What we'll do is we'll turn around. We'll get that as part of the next bit. like so, and bring ourselves into here. And then we're going to get our tractor on follow me and bring that up alongside it. And I love this function of follow me. This just works really, really well. If you're ever doing forage harvesting or anything like that, this is an absolute boon on single player. So we pull it up. We want to move it out maybe about... We'll move out 10 for the beginning. Then we want to put it... Oh, no, we got the right offset. Yeah, we got the right offset. So it actually, looking at where it's coming in, we should be all right. We want it to be right up in front. Let's see where that puts it. So that's still out. That's out quite wide. Bring it in a bit. Yeah. And then make it ahead. That should probably do it. You have to, sometimes you have to get it fairly far ahead. We'll bring it in again and ahead a bit more. And that actually, absolutely perfect where it is. And then it'll empty along this side here. Shift it back a bit. And there we go. Absolutely perfect. I love that view. That is just awesome. Admittedly, we're quite a way out now with our header, but yeah, I do like that. That works well. And then all you do to cancel that and stop our tractor following beside is Shift F. That stops it and does like that. And that is looking fairly full, that tractor at the moment, but it's good. So at this point, I think we should probably check exactly where we can empty this. So let's start that going. Put that onto cruise control. Hopefully won't be too bad. There we go. That's fairly straight there, and we'll have a quick look here at the best place for us to sell the canola, which is the grain elevator. Now the grain elevator is just north of us here. It's quite a windy way to get to it, but it will give us the best price for this. About the same price actually as we were getting for the oats, which is good. I like both canola and oats as crops, especially in seasons where soybeans sell so late or so early in the year, as to make them a sort of a very long-term crop. Oats and canola both sell at the end of the year, both sell for really good prices, and oats of course gives you straw as well as selling at that really great price. So yeah, I think going forward, certainly as far as seasons is concerned, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these two crops, because they are good cash crops. They are good crops if you want to bring money in. Nearing the end of the second headland now. And I think what we're going to do is take ourselves along the far side, so that we can go and empty with our tractor and trailer. But we are in a position where we could do with setting up our GPS at this point. So we're going to cut in, or we're going to cut along the side here. It means that we'll be able to empty into our tractor and trailer along the edge here, and at the same time we'll get ourselves in a position where we can set ourselves up. So we should have set point 8, yeah, along the side here, and just then we're good with the GPS as well. I think our little mistake along the side here means that we're going to end up with a little bit of crop left. We are bottoming out our header a little bit, but otherwise we're okay. But here is where, yeah, here is where it's has gone a bit weird. But let's set our second point, set the GPS, and we can come and clean up that little bit of error in a small while. I'm hoping we were going. I was hoping we were going to hit 10,000 by the edge of this field, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Yeah, we're going to be a little bit shy, but that's not the end of the world. Let's go pick up that little bit that messed up, and then we'll come back. We'll empty into our traction trailer. There's far more here than will fit on the rest of the traction trailer, so we're able to set this going on a hired worker, and then when we come back, we should be in a position to empty this some more. So let's switch across to that. Let's open that up, and we're then set on the GPS as well for when we come back. There we are. We're a little bit far over, really. Let's move this over. It's quite a mix of greens we got with this this tractor, this trailer, and this combine. They're all different colours. And that has emptied that out. So not quite a full trailer in our fence, but we are otherwise good. Let's line this up, drop this down, and then we're going to head up to the Northern Cooperative. Whoops, there we go. To go and see how much we can make off what we've got off this field so far. So away we go, like so. Here's the Northern Cooperative. Let's bring this over, get this tipped, see how much money we're going to make off this. Should be a decent amount, I think. There we go. It is the highest price that we can get. And away it goes. We're over 50,000. There we go. 25,919. That is fantastic. Let's see. Let's head back to the field, see how much more we can get off here, and see what our final total is. So our combine is back to 53% full. So that's doing well. We are. Yeah, we're going to take over from it now and take off, or take out this last stretch here. I think we're not far off another full tank from this. So we'll let the hired worker get to the end. It is over 60% at this point, so that's absolutely brilliant. It is going to be, looks like another full tank. Right. We'll take over from the hired worker at this point. Because it's a interesting width that's left. It should be that if I set... Oh, wow, the GPS is a long way off. Okay. So we're going to have to roll with this at the moment and run on the GPS the next time. It's interesting at how far off the GPS actually is by the looks of things. But if we cut this here and then run the GPS again, well, we'll run the GPS with a cut-in on this last bit, and that should fix the issue that we currently have. So we'll just run the middle of this down here, and then we'll move our way out as we get back into sort of the body of it. I'm really quite pleased though at how well this has run. That we are in a position where the GPS is good, and we are 70% full. So it is going to be another tank's worth off here, which is great. 3 tanks worth. I don't know. I think these are comparable field sizes. I'm not 100% sure. I think this has got a larger circumference just because it's an odder shape. Or a larger perimeter, sorry, not circumference. Because it's a weirder shaped field. But I don't know if it is also a... right, let's straighten ourselves up. And forwards. And in. There we go. So that's about, that's about halfway through this. That should allow us to clear this up. And in a moment we will go and empty, hopefully a full tank. Well, yeah, expected a full tank. So yeah, over 3 full tanks off this field of canola. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very happy with that. That is going to produce us a really, really good amount of money. I think we may even hit 75,000 if we're lucky, which is astounding. Oh, slightly off on the GPS. Is our GPS off? Is the width on our GPS wrong, or was that just the turning? That was just the turning. So yeah, let's get to the last 15% and get this full. 96%. 97. Is it going to finish before the end of this row? Doesn't look like it. So the next row will be our will be the point at which we empty. Not that much left in here, to be honest. Not that much left on this field at all. There we go. There's 100%. So over to here. Let's go and empty this out. But yeah, this is really good. This is absolutely awesome. I think we're going to end up with about 3/4 of a trailer, maybe? No, I don't think we're going to be quite at that much. Maybe 60% of the trailer. Maybe we have 60% of the trailer just from emptying this. It's 57%. Oh, so close. But that will do. Let's get the rest of this field knocked out. Very little left here now. We will certainly be over 60% of the trailer full with the rest of this. And I'm really, really quite pleased. This has been an absolutely cracking harvest of canola. So here we are, the last little bit. We're going to be over. We're going to be over another 2,000 liters. That is absolutely brilliant. I am very, very pleased about that. Or maybe actually, I'm not sure that is going to be. We're not. Oh, just under another 2,000 liters. 1,985. So let's pull that out, empty that into our trailer. Won't take very long, this. There we go. Put that down. And we will go and tip this last trailer full. Another 13,985 litres. So, yeah, just under 14,000 litres. Another 66% full on this trailer, though, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's go tip this and see where we end this series. I'm really pleased. I think we're going to be in a great place at the end of this series. Continuing on, we would have, another 2 of these harvests, and we would have been set up with our cows very nicely. Definitely got a viable farm running here now, if we're using our equipment carefully. But for now, that is working really well. Here we are at the Northern Cooperative for the last time. We'll get this tipped. Like so. And where does this leave us? How much money are we ending this series with? So we made another 17,686, takes us up to 77,695. One more harvest off one field would allow us to buy the cowshed, which is brilliant. But we are going to leave this here. I think the moral to this series very much is lease carefully. When we lease carefully, we're doing well, which is what we found on our Seasons from Scratch series, to be honest. But I've massively enjoyed doing this Start from Scratch series on here. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. We did make it to 36 episodes, which is a long series for me on here. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this series and this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.